Video of a 75-year-old man shoved by police in Buffalo, New York went viral last week. The two officers involved have been charged with second-degree assault. But President Donald Trump reignited the controversy Tuesday, tweeting a video by a right-wing outlet presenting an unproven conspiracy theory that the man was trying to block police communication equipment. Trump accused him of being an Antifa provocateur, saying he fell harder than was pushed. Trump's tweet is the latest of a series of remarks that have stoked anger and racial division in a nation shaken with more than 2 weeks of unrest over the death of George Floyd, a black man who died after being in the custody of a white police officer.
This is not a president who is capable of looking at turmoil in the country and trying to find ways to heal wounds and bring people more broadly together. His success, as he has seen it, is built on attacking even more harshly anybody who's critical of him and at trying to stoke divisions and excite his own narrower base.
A base that may be getting even more narrow. Recent polls show 76% of Americans, including 71% of whites, call racism and discrimination a big problem in the U.S. compared to 50% in 2015.
A lot of white Americans are waking up to the reality that they were part of a system that maybe privileged them, but that has some pretty horrible implications for social justice and for everyone else.
A survey also shows that 78% of Americans support the protests and 57% believe police officers are more likely to treat black people unfairly. This shift in attitudes has contributed to change on the ground. Some mayors have agreed to redirect police funds towards social services, an idea perceived as radical just a few years ago. But meeting with law enforcement officials Monday, Trump rejected calls to defund the police and the notion of institutionalized racism in law enforcement.
Sometimes you'll see some horrible things like we witnessed recently, but 99.9, but let's go with 99% of them are great people.
The White House press secretary says Trump is combating racism by ensuring economic opportunity for black Americans and pushing for criminal justice reform. The president has spoken to George Floyd's family on the phone, but has not met with black community representatives or protesters. His election rival Joe Biden has met with Floyd's family and black leaders. While polls show Americans view Biden as more empathetic than Trump, the Democratic presidential nominee has his own challenges.
He's going to have to walk a fine line, getting support, as he has in the past, from law enforcement officials, while also making the strong call for dramatic transformation in how we deal with police and police violence in the country.
Biden has denounced rioting and also rejected calls to defund the police. He is focusing on police reforms and has pledged action to reverse systemic racism. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News, Washington.